Hi, Veedhern. How are you?
Hi Siddharth, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm actually looking forward to today's chat with you. So, my opening question to you is, how did your journey to music begin?
My music journey actually began way when I was still probably babies, diapers, etc. My
Oh,
dad was actually a musician. He actually taught singing and harmonium theory and practicals, and had his own group running called Sangeet Sudha and Party. My dad, Jay Punwasi, was his name. So I think because of him is where my music started from from when I was baby, and from about 4 years old, I actually started going for tabla lessons by my guruji Abhidan Bijan. Um, couldn't read or write, but still sitting in his tabla class, playing, going ahead, carrying on doing whatever he's teaching, making nonsense as usual, toddlers. But yeah, that was where it all started for me, and just from probably about the age of 9, 10 years old, was playing with my dad in his music group, playing tabla and dolak for his setup, which was more Mayfield style harmonium, guitar, tabla, dolak, majira kind of setup, if I can put it as old school style of music, our traditional South African style. And then from there, my music has just grown, or my passion for music has just grown.
who are the musicians that you look up to?
Musicians. So growing up, it was a lot of local musicians. I mean, we know around we have people like Vishen Kemraj as an example, who was somebody I looked up to when I was small. One of the reasons for that is he was actually playing music with my dad in his group as well before I started, and he also went to India, studied, came back. He is a music teacher, guru here in South Africa at the moment. He's one of the people I looked up to. There's another music legend actually in our industry. His name is everybody knows him as Uncle Laljit or Lal. He is actually the kaka of famous Rajiv Mohan, um, who is late. Uncle Laljit is late, but yeah, he also, as growing up, he was there with my dad. So they're the ones that I would say I looked up to. I mean, I didn't know at that time. I didn't know much of international music or per se. It was the local people that was my inspiration and people that I looked up to.
What have been your musical highlights thus far?
Musical highlights. So for me, one of the first things I did was I actually got to accompany famous Bollywood singer Atif Aslam
Wow.
um, on his first tour to South Africa. I managed to get the opportunity to accompany him on stage in his concert at ICC. I think that must have been about 11, 12 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. That was one of the big highlights. Actually, let's go back way before that when I was like 5, 6 years old. I was actually on, if you remember, there was a TV show called Impressions on SABC, which was run by probably like Tansa Nipol and the Lotus SABC team at the time. And we actually performed live for a Diwali program with our temple group, which was run by my dad. So that was performed live on Impressions on national television. I think must have been 5 years old at the time. Accompanying a lot of international artists in the past, I would say 10, 15 years of my musical career. Currently being a member of Dilkash, a local South African band led by Rajiv Mohan. We've got opportunities to accompany a lot of international artists, even with locally, if I can, Showtime Promotions with their tribute to Muhammad Rafi, Kishore Kumar shows with the Concord Show Band, as well as now recently with the Bollywood Show Band. I've also got the opportunity to be a part of those with a lot of international artists there as well. So the biggest highlight I think of my career so far has been this year in February actually, where we were given or awarded the opportunity to represent South Africa at the Mahakumbh Festival in India in
Wow.
Prayagraj. Um, that was done by the Indian consulate in South Africa and team of a few of us. It was myself, Rajiv Mohan, Kirolan Govender, Kirolan's dad, Uncle Salvin Govender, as well as a local African lady singer. Um, can't remember. She just went out of my head at the moment. Yeah, but it was a team of a few of us that actually did a few concerts in India and represented South Africa at the Mahakumbh festival in Prayagraj. That was a big highlight for us. Awesome
I have,
experience.
yeah, I have a question for you in the comments there. This is from Justin Rishiko. Hi, Veedhern. Thank you for entertaining us. I do follow the group when I have time. How do you balance your musical life with your daily lifestyle?
So there's different aspects to music in our country, Jiten, Rashika. Um, music in our country for me has always been my hobby. It's been my passion. It's been something that's been with me from, like I said earlier, when I was born, through my dad. And it's never been a business or money making, put food on my table kind of venture, if I can put it that way.
Mm,
So balancing daily lifestyle with musical life is challenging when it becomes a business, if I can
mm,
say. Yeah, I mean, now I'm at the point in my career where, yes, I do get paid to perform. It's an art that I have learned. I did study music. I have studied classical tabla from probably 4 or 5 years old. I graduated from the Sangit Vidya Institute of Music, which is run by Abhidanand Bijan in South Africa. He's from Mauritius. I graduated there at the age of 11 from the music school and have been with him ever since. So he's my guru. I mean, Hinduism teaches us Mata Pita Guru. Um, so the balance of music has come as it is my hobby. It is my relaxation. It is my getaway from daily life and stress. So
uh,
that's it for me. It's my
uh,
passion.
what have been your lowlights, if any?
Lowlights. I wouldn't even call it any lowlights. I mean, music is a journey. Music is universal. Um, but one thing that irks me and gets to me is that there's a lot of South African musicians and bands that are in the industry currently, and the politics and internal politics that goes on, the egos that are involved in the industry as well. Yes, there's certain aspects of it that is a business, but it I see it as it's very difficult to sustain and maintain a living with music in this country. And so a low light for me, or not even a low light, a negative would be the politics that's involved in it if you're in the industry itself.
What are your plans for the rest of this year and beyond?
Rest of this year. Musically, there's a lot going on for the rest of this year. Currently now, where we just before Diwali, there's a lot of Diwali shows. We had Navaratri recently. Um, Coming up, we're traveling actually this weekend. We're leaving to Zimbabwe to perform. Oh, well, I'm playing with the Bollywood fusion band with Jani Punjab, led by Rakesh Harisankar. We're traveling to Zimbabwe to perform for a Diwali show there. That's this coming weekend. We've got a lot of weddings coming up. We actually do a lot of wedding entrances as well. Band Baja Barat, Rasam Choki style with the Bhangra doors, the clarinet. We do a lot of wedding entrances. We do live DJ functions there as well. So it's besides band per se as what we know, band music, there's also the different aspects of entertainment that comes with it as well. That's a passion. So my plans for the rest of this year is musically fulfill the commitments that have been made. Look to travel as much as possible. One of the positives of my music career has been the opportunity to travel internationally and locally. um, on a personal level, I've just got into a little business venture, so a lot of effort is into that. Let's trying to make that work. We won't delve into that at the moment. Think let's go on further and see. Can do another session on that.
Yeah. All right. So then another question for you. Yeah. Again from Jitin Rishika. Who was the one idol you would perform with if given the opportunity?
So for me, my idol is actually the leader of the band from Indian Idols. He's Girish Vishwa.
Okay.
He's the
Okay.
Dolak player there.
Mm.
I had the opportunity to speak to him, to meet him, but to
Hmm.
get to perform with him would be something that would make everything worthwhile for me.
All right. My final question to you, what are your words of inspiration for upcoming musicians?
Upcoming musicians in our country, locally,
Yeah, just in general.
just general.
Yeah.
Look, humility, one word. Humility in music goes a long way. Um, my belief has always been, no matter how experienced or how learned you can be in music, there'll be somebody who will teach you something that you never knew or that you learned. Everything is a learning experience, and there will always be. I mean, if I can use an example, you can be a senior citizen, let's say at 70, 80 years old, and a child at 10 years old or even younger can teach you something that you didn't know with music.
Wow.
That humility is something that up and coming musicians, the youngsters, um, and when I say youngsters, I mean the guys that's getting into music now, learning music, is interested in it. Just remember humility. Be humble. That's
All
that's
right.
my thing. One word, humility.
All I gotta say, thanks so much for your time and hope to catch up with you again soon.
Yes, definitely. Thanks so much for the opportunity and wish you well, Siddharth, on your ventures and on your channel. Here to help. Happy.
Likewise.